Joy here with another episode of Ask Starbase. Today's question comes from Boots. Boots wants to know, how do they make paint? People have been using forms of paint throughout human history to decorate ourselves and other objects in our environment. So how do we make it? No matter what type of paint you're looking to use, all of them contain pigments, binders or resins, liquids, and additives. The pigment in a paint determines what colors we see. Some of them are organic or naturally made compounds, while others are not. Titanium dioxide, clay, talc, and calcium carbonate are all examples of pigments. A paint needs just the right amount of pigment so the color is consistent without allowing it to absorb too much water. Keep in mind, if you have a container of paint that looks blue, that actually means the color absorbs all the wavelengths of light that are not blue. As we learned in episode 136 on how we see with Broadway, we perceive the colors that an object reflects rather than the ones that it absorbs. Binders, or resins, in a paint allow it to stick to different surfaces and keep the pigments together. This part of the paint determines how long it lasts when exposed to potential stains and cracking. Depending on the paint, the binders could be acrylic, alkyd resins, or urethane alkyds. The binders and pigments are always mixed and carried by a liquid. Latex paints use water, while oil-based paints use mineral oil. This liquid keeps the other two parts together and evaporates as the paint dries. Additives are responsible for any other specialized characteristics of your paint. Some speed up drying time, while others make the paint resistant to molding or sagging. There are even some that are designed to keep things from getting rusted. So how do we get all these parts together? It's like following a recipe, but on a much bigger scale. First, manufacturers measure out how much of the ingredients they need based on their mass or volume. Then they create what is called a mill base by crushing up the pigments and spreading them out. The binders, liquids, and additives are mixed during a process known as letting down, and then the mill base gets combined with the letdown. Then they test the product and finally ship the entire mixture for canning. All this being said, there are tons of recipes for how to make your own paint online on a much smaller scale. Be sure to check with an adult before mixing any substances at home though. Thank you for watching this episode of Ask Starbase, and a special thank you to Boots for sharing this question with us. If you have a STEM question, please send it to us at ask@starbase-ct.com, or you can go to our website, starbase-ct.com, and you can submit it through the form there. In the meantime, stay safe and be well. Bye!